Hello peoples of the interwebs, my name is Tyler and I'm an imaEnderman, and I'm here today to show you how to build this wall here. And it may look like just a standard, nothing really too special about a wall, but it has something kind of special about it. We'll see when I knock out a brick here. As you can see, it's actually a self-repairing wall, which can be really helpful when blocking against like creepers or other players in a server world or something like that. And so I'll show you how to make this today. And this is actually what we're going to be dealing with. So I'll turn it in today and then we will start to build. Alright, so let's get started. I'm going to make a relatively small wall just for the sake of time here. We'll make it 3 wide. And so we start by placing 3 of any really bricks. We're just going to destroy them in a second. Down, and then we're going to place 3 pistons right on top. And like I said, we'll just get rid of these. And then we place 3 blocks, pretty much candy corner to those, diagonal. And then we're going to put some redstone torches underneath and pop those up. And then we're going to place some repeaters leading into the bricks and set those to the highest value each and connect all of them. We'll bring a little bit off here and place a brick and then a redstone torch, and this is going to be the start of a pulsar that we're going to use. Alright, so now that we've got the first piston hooked up, it's time to work with the second. So we'll get a block, and we want to build 4 away from the pistons. Alright, now let's stand on the pistons, and 1 full block away from them, we'll point some more pistons facing us. On the back side of these, we want to put a repeater next to each of them, no value to those, and connect those all with redstone. And now it's time to connect those to the main circuit. So we'll bring it a little bit out so that way it doesn't interfere with the first set of pistons. Create a little stairway, and then we're going to connect these here. And so you can see it doesn't quite reach all the way, so just somewhere along here we have to put in a repeater. There we go. So you can see both sets of pistons are working, and we're just going to knock out a block here so these are retracted so we can work. Okay, so now on top of the first set of pistons, we're going to use whatever building material we're going to build the wall out of, and we're going to build 13 high. And now we need to decide what our ground level is going to be. If you're playing in survival mode and not on, or I guess in creative mode, but as long as you're not on the super flat world, this will all be underground. But seeing as the super flat world is only just a few blocks deep, I can't exactly put this underground. So I'm building it above ground and just creating my own ground plane. So normally this would be whatever level is ground, and then all of this would be underground. So now that we've decided where ground is going to be, we're going to fill in this area with gravel. Now we're going to go to the side opposite of the second row of pistons, and right across from them we're going to place obsidian blocks. Right, now that everything is pretty much hooked up, we can reconnect this one here. And then now we're going to create our pulsar. We're going to use a pretty standard 5 clock pulsar. And so to do that is basically just a block, 2 empty blocks in the middle, followed by another block. And we're going to do the same thing for this side, except for it'll be a little bit off-centered. And now we're going to place redstone torches in a clockwise manner. There's already one there that we already put. And then now we're going to connect all of these with redstone. And so if you've never used a 5-block pulsar, what it does is it just creates a constant pulse. We're using this so that it's almost like a refresh button, so every time this pulses, the wall will refresh and try to use its pistons. Alright, so now pretty much everything is hooked up. Let's go ahead and try it out, see if it works. Yeah, looks like everything is working just fine. Alright, so now it's time to explain just how this works. So whenever you use pistons, pistons can only push 12 blocks, and that's why we made these 13 high. If it were only 12 blocks, the piston would just push it right up, but since we put 13, it's not able to move it, and that way we get a steady, stagnant wall. So whenever you remove a block, you actually make what the piston is trying to push less than 13, or less than 12, or no, 13, less than 13. So therefore it's actually able to move them, and it will push them up. And once again, this is like a refresh button, so every time it pulses, it'll try to move up, and if there is enough room for it to move up, it will. Then these pistons will restock this area over here. The gravel is used because it falls down with gravity, and so that way we don't have to use pistons to push everything down. We can just let gravity do the work. It'll fall back into this spot, and it'll be pushed over here where it can be pushed up into the main wall to kind of refresh the wall and move everything upwards. And this is on the same repeating or like pulsing signals, so that way these will kind of go opposite, so that way they don't ever run into each other. It does happen occasionally, and you'll see, let's see if it'll happen. But every now and then, it'll use 2 blocks instead of 1. That time it only used 1, but every now and then, one will get broken by the pistons. But it's not too often, and it's really nothing to worry about unless your house is being just constantly bombarded. The reason we put some obsidian over here is that pistons cannot push obsidian. And so normally if this were, say, any other block color, or I think it's like obsidian and stone, a few other blocks, but if this were like, say, gravel or stone bricks, it would just push this out of the way and it would continue to just move in this direction. And so one solution we could do is just to build 13 in this direction, so that way it'll never push it, and it'll be pretty much the same concept as up here. But down here we want to conserve a little bit of space, so we just put an obsidian block there so it won't be able to push it. And so it just follows this natural rhythm of falling down, then being pushed back up to fill the hole. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. And so you can see you can make it a little bit more elaborate than that very simple wall there, and add your own little details, and it blends in very nicely, and it really isn't, it doesn't obstruct any building at all. Since it's just one block thick, you can just make a really simple wall around your building or whatever, and people won't be able to destroy it. One nice thing about this as well is if you have torches on your building and you hit, say, the block above it, the torch actually won't be knocked off. As long as there's a block underneath it that the torch can latch onto, it'll just slide right with it, and you'll be able to keep your torch. And obviously, I mean, this doesn't work if you knock out that block. Natural Minecraft rules, it's going to be knocked out. Alright, so thank you folks very much for watching. I hope this helps you a little bit and making your buildings a little bit more player-proof or Enderman-proof or whatever. And I hope this helped, and I'll see you guys next time.